John Melnick was an outstanding pitcher for St. Boniface teams in both junior and senior baseball, and he was a member of the Western Championship team in 1978. John, your resume points to a terrific achievement with the St. Boniface Legionnaires in '73, compiling a 10-0 pitching record and winning 4 consecutive playoff games as the team rolled to the provincial title. I'm sure that's a career highlight you are not about to forget.
I will never forget it. It was one of the highlights of my life. I got in with a good bunch of ball players and we all worked together, and that was the result.
But you did the job on the mound. That was the best.
I did, yes. As a matter of fact, I never even thought about that 10-0 record until a good friend of mine nominated me for the Hall of Fame. I just thought we won the title that year. It was wonderful. It was wonderful.
Baseball officials said that Legionnaire team was really exceptional. Well, what made it so good in your opinion?
I think we had a group of fellows that worked hard. We had ball players that could probably have starred on any team in the league. And we had exceptional guidance by Don McCauley and Jim DeBono. Your coaches are so important at any league, and they were just amazing.
You moved up to senior baseball with the St. Boniface Native Sons, and from 1975 to '78, you were considered to be one of the premier pitchers in the Red Boyne Senior League. Was there a big difference between the caliber of junior and senior ball at that time?
Without a doubt. Junior ball, vast majority of the time, you could overpower players. You could overpower. You get into senior league, and if you start to try and overpower, they're just sitting back waiting for the fastball, and the next time you see the ball after you throw it, it's going over the fence. So you've got to learn to pick and choose and move the ball around and keep the ball players guessing, the hitters guessing.
Some would say you put a capper on your career in 1978 when you pitched the Manitoba All-Stars to the Western Canadian Championship that year. Would you agree on that?
I would say that was without a doubt the capper, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Very much.
Great thrill.
It was amazing. We went and played in Carberry, and it was a double knockout tournament. We lost the first game on Friday night.
So you were up against it right off the bat?
Right off the bat. We won 2 on Saturday and 4 9-inning ball games on Sunday. Then we looked back and said, wow, what a ride!
Wow,
what a ride!
We really accomplished something.
Yeah, we did, yes.
Do you still see some of those ball players?
As a matter of fact, a lot of them are coming to the Hall of Fame.
Wow.
Induction, I see a lot of them, and yeah, a lot of us became good friends and stayed good friends.
I can't let this reference slide by. Did you really pitch 2 9-inning games in that provincial tournament in Carberry while you had a torn rotator cuff? Please explain that one.
I did. My rotator cuff tore about a month before that. And I could still throw the ball. I didn't know where it was going all the time, and I had a lot less velocity. And yeah, I threw 2 games in a row, 2 9-inning games with a torn rotator cuff. And for some reason, my curve was more effective. If I'd known that, maybe I would have torn my rotator cuff earlier in my career. But that was it. That was the last.
And then after that, you had surgery on
No, I went to a doctor. At that time, surgery was it was a very significant surgery, very invasive. It was after that they developed the Tommy John or the arthroscopic. And I went to a doctor. He said to me, do you expect to make your living playing baseball? I said, if I haven't been drafted by now, it's not going to happen. So I bought a set of golf clubs.
Okay. So tell us, did you still follow baseball after your playing days ended?
Oh, absolutely, and I still do. It's such an amazing game. There's so many great stories to be told. And yes, I follow baseball all the time. As a matter of fact, in 2002, I spent 6 weeks in a mental health ward. I suffered a huge depression. And as I was recovering, there was a World Series game on. It was a West Coast series. And I would watch the games at night. When you're in a mental health ward, you're supposed to go to bed at 10 o'clock. But the game was just getting rolling by then. And I convinced the nurses to let me watch the baseball because I told them this is the best therapy that I could have right now. So baseball has been there for me in many, many ways. One of them as a therapy.
So you're still rated as a baseball fan at this stage of life?
Oh, I have had season tickets for the Winnipeg Gold Eyes since day one.
Mm-hmm.
Correct, yes.
Okay. Did you have a favorite Major League team, by the way?
Without a doubt. In the late 50s, some relatives, uncles and aunts of mine, moved to Los Angeles. We visited there through the 60s and 70s. They were huge Dodger fans, so guess what I became?
Of course.
Without a doubt, yeah.
And a Major League Baseball player, anybody stick out in your mind?
Absolutely. In my opinion, a man of pure principle and magnificent talent, a fellow by the name of Sandy Koufax.
Of course.
The kind of athlete that everyone should aspire to be. He could do it on the mound, and he took a stand when he said he would not pitch on the Jewish holiday.
Right.
He took a lot of heat for it, but what a man. I just, without a doubt, I think he's the best.
John, some very good memories you've had, and tell us, what does it mean for John Melnick to be a member of the Manitoba Baseball Hall of Fame now?
It means that I will continue to stay in touch with my friends. I will talk a lot about baseball with them, but I also feel an obligation now to talk to younger people and inspire them to bring out the talents they have within them, whether it's baseball or whatever. But anybody can get anywhere as long as you're willing to work at it. And that's what that means to me.
John Melnick, an exceptional pitcher in Manitoba baseball history.